You're listening to Edge Radio TV. The views and opinions expressed in this program are that of the hosts or guests, and not the Edge Radio Network or its advertisers or affiliates.
And good afternoon.
She was so going to say good morning.
I wanted to say good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to How You Livin on Edge Radio TV. I am Robin B. And hey, Dr. Kiva.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I am well.
Well, the first thing I want to ask you about, because it was big news last week, you got your shot.
I did. I did it Sunday morning.
Okay,
at
congratulations.
NRG Stadium.
So how was it?
How was
Did it hurt?
It didn't hurt. I mean,
Okay.
it's a little tender right now after the fact,
Okay.
but
You got Moderna or Pfizer?
I got Pfizer.
So Pfizer, you got to get a second shot in 2
And
weeks.
Moderna.
Oh,
you
both
get-
of them
yeah.
are the same?
Yeah, Johnson,
Okay.
you don't get the second shot.
Okay. Do you know you're gonna get it in the middle of the week?
What, the second shot?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to get it on Sunday and just take off.
Oh, you can't do that. That's why I asked. Because there's a very high percentage of folks who have bad reactions on the second
I know
one.
they're
So don't
even
do it
in the
on a
middle of the
Sunday.
week, it's still kind of, you know, I still got it's
Well,
just
then
the
we're gonna
nature
have
of the
Vince
beast.
will be sitting. He'll be doing double duty.
Oh, sweet.
He'll be in the chair.
No, so it wasn't that bad. It was
Okay.
it was pretty quick.
Okay.
They had a lot of the military out there. That's the person who
Okay.
administered
Oh,
the shot.
really?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So was it like super crowded? Is that why they had it at NRG?
It was super crowded.
You stay in your car
Mm-hmm.
and you just stick your arm out?
Exactly.
That's perfect.
You
That
just,
really is.
okay, just wait up there 15
Okay,
minutes. They sit
okay.
you and you wait in your car 15 minutes and you drive off.
To make sure there's no side effects. And
Exactly.
you had no side effects.
No,
Yeah, that's good.
only
No,
like I said, only tenderness. But I keep hearing that people have side effects more on the second shot.
yes,
Anyway.
everybody I know
Yeah.
really went through it. Some of them just 24 hours, some like a day and a half.
Which makes sense. I
Yeah.
mean, you first get the shot, your body doesn't recognize it. It
Right.
hasn't formed the antibiotics.
Right.
You get the second shot, then the body's like, hey, antibiotics kick in.
Okay.
And so then your body starts to fight whatever's that foreign objects coming
Okay.
in. So it will cause you to get a little sick.
And because you're a very healthy person, you may not really have any side effects. You know,
I hope my
average
sea moss
people-
helps.
Yeah, see,
Uh-huh.
I think you could probably have sort of a preemptive move.
There's this sea moss all the way.
Because I'm scared to do, I mean, even if I thought I was going to do it,
Right.
I wouldn't be able to handle the second shot because I don't like being sick. So
I
I'm
can
just
lay in.
doing my best
I'm
to
okay
stay
laying in
healthy.
the bed channel surfing.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Did you get to watch anything exciting this weekend?
No, I worked.
Oh,
I
you
I
worked
went to work
every
right
weekend
afterwards.
You worked. That's
yeah,
right.
I did the
That's
shot
right.
and went to work. I was
Better
like,
than
okay,
me.
cool.
That's pretty cool.
So how about you? Does the change of time affect
Okay.
you? And do you think it's necessary to still do it?
100%. I love it because I love that extra hour of daylight. I love that. I don't mind missing the sleep. So basically, I went to bed at 12:30 last night, which really means I went to bed at 11:30. I
Right.
started doing the translation all day. So unfortunately, I got up at 5:30 this morning. But it's worth it. It's worth it. I wish they would leave it as is and not fall back in the fall.
Yeah,
because
it doesn't make sense.
I don't understand why they started doing it during Jimmy Carter time because there was a claim that we had to conserve electricity, that we were going to run out of energy or something crazy like that.
Right.
So that was what, the 70s? Was that the 70s?
Because I used to think that it was even a longer time ago because I used to think, well, maybe they're doing it so people can farmers. 'Cause I thought it was related to farmers, but I do recall it.
Yeah, Jimmy
during
Carter,
that time.
if I'm not mistaken, he had something to do it because it was to conserve energy where we wouldn't use the lights so much at night. That's some crazy stuff. Yeah. But I love Jimmy Carter. I love him. Okay. So so I'm okay with it the way it is. I really
It'll mess me up for a while.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anything going on in the news that's pretty noteworthy?
I can't think of anything.
No, just more people being
other than J-Lo and her
and the breakup, the big breakup. Well, now she's I mean, just tell the truth. Here's the problem: when you try to live a perfect life on screen, when you are constantly only looking your very best all the time, that just puts you up so much higher to fall. You're gonna fall harder.
Right.
So, they just went on and on how perfect a match they were. I mean, but he's her third or fourth.
Yeah.
So, the odds of that lasting.
Yeah, it wasn't. I'm always happy to have a calm news cycle, considering.
Oh, hell yeah.
For 4 years, we were always,
in
a knot and tied up.
Absolutely.
So I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
Just wait to see when that stimulus check is going to hit.
Yeah. So, are you going to get one? Do you think?
I hope
anyone,
so.
Right? Almost anyone. I need to. You might have gotten it this weekend.
Oh, I need to check
almost
my account.
Everybody. Almost.
I already know how I'm gonna spend it.
Are you serious? What you?
No,
get?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
No, I really don't.
What you gonna do?
Nothing.
All right. Take a trip.
Buy a bike.
I'm just looking forward to flying. I'm looking forward to taking a real trip one day soon. But I'm not down for flying for 11 hours with a mask on. I just have a problem.
That's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
That's why if you get the vaccine,
I know, girl.
then even though you're flying, you won't freak out too much.
But then I won't be living up to my conspiracy theory.
Oh, your nanotechnology.
Right. Yeah, right. I don't want to be shot with nanoparticles. I don't feel like it right now. I don't know. I got a lot of family members who've done it.
And
I'm not holding it against them.
So after your second vaccination, you can go around family members, but 2 weeks after that. Okay. So not immediately.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
And my mom, again, I told you, because she's type O, she thinks she's immune to all things anyway.
Right.
But so that did kind of lose. I still wear my mask around her, but I give her a mask kiss.
Yeah. But the other thing is, after you do the vaccination, you have to wait 6 weeks before you can get a mammogram.
Oh, really? Why?
I don't know. My mother just shared that with me.
So, that's interesting. Why?
I don't know.
I
Maybe it's your nanoparticles.
Yeah, that's something to look into. Why is that the case? How are those two related? Is
I
there radiation in those?
I don't know. I had to throw that at you. So now you go down there.
Tell your mom that I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna call you, mama.
And now you're gonna go down that rabbit hole.
Because we're gonna have that conversation. I want to know: are they pumping radiation in you?
I don't know.
Why do you even have to tell me something like that?
Because it's enjoyable.
That's like, I don't want anyone to tell me about their superstitions, because I don't need to know any new ones. I'm trying to get rid of my old ones. So please do not share your superstitions.
That is too funny. So what do we have going on today?
Today we are having a much sought after guest. He was supposed to be our guest 3 or 4 Mondays ago. And then Mother Nature kicked in.
The storm.
Yeah, the storm came. And then the following week, most people were still suffering. So that happened.
Right.
And then I think the week after that, something went down that he had to be out of town. So finally, I think it's all about timing. The universe takes care of us.
It happens when it's supposed to happen.
I totally agree with that. So because he had his big premiere, and our guest is Eric Hunter, everybody.
I was about to say, who is our guest?
His name is Eric Hunter. He's a filmmaker. He has a brand new series that's out. And I believe he's got a bunch of new channels. It's going to be on Apple TV.
Nice.
So I'm definitely interested in finding out where else we could see it.
So now I got to get Apple TV
on Saturday. I have one that you can borrow anytime, as long as you have internet. And so it's one we don't even use it.
I mean, it's like you have all those things coming out your account. You got to pick and choose. So now I have to get Apple TV.
Speaking of which, I need to talk to you about this app I got that is mind blowing. I think when we do the financial day, I want to talk about that.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, we're gonna bring on our guest. He had his big premiere on Saturday. And I guess we can come on. We have a million questions. Also, an interesting fun fact about him, and it ain't so fun, but he's a survivor of the Aurora massacre.
Yeah, that ain't fun.
It wasn't fun. So weird, sad fact.
So so his show is basically
it's a drama. From it looks like it's a crime drama. And it's based on a crooked DA, if I'm not mistaken, a crooked DA, and it's all about, basically, it is very topical because it's about getting justice for a black man. who was killed, shot and killed, an innocent man.
So if we tie this to our mental health Monday, this is mental health of
the stress,
the
trauma, the post-traumatic stress of you can't even walk down the street these days without I mean, here I am. I'm a woman. I'm a law-abiding citizen. But if someone if I get pulled over, I'm still going to be worried about my life and my safety.
Well, this is going to be interesting to find out about this.
Because, I mean, it's no oops, I almost said a bad word.
Do we have censors?
I'm sorry.
Can we censor?
Don't get me started on police brutality, and then we'll be all right.
I know, right?
Please, censors. I need that 7-second delay, please. I apologize.
Well, you stopped yourself. You stopped yourself.
Yeah. She don't eat meat. She don't cuss. I don't know what else. That's so you're really my conscience. So I appreciate
it's
that.
Yin and yang.
I'm working on it. So yeah, I think we got a lot of fun questions to ask him.
Okay. Well, this should be very interesting to go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, it is a rabbit hole. That's for sure.
Exactly.
You know, and I would like to see where it takes it. Like the first series, the preview I saw, and we're going to get to see a preview as well. It's very action-packed. Looks like a lot's going on, so it'll be interesting to see how he maintains that exciinment.
This is so we're stepping up in the we got directors
Hollywood
and producers. What?
And I saw on the some of the shots from the premiere night that Oscar was there. He showed up at the premiere, so that was cool.
Our general manager showed up, huh?
He showed up. So I'm really.
So we got to talk to Eric and say, hey.
What did you think about Oscar?
What do you think about us?
What do you think about us? So we're privileged to be the first guest to have him as our guest right after the premiere.
Oh, cool. Well, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to have a producer, director, Eric Hunter. Good last name, Hunter.
That is a good name.
Yeah.
Good, strong name.
So join us when we have Mr. Eric Hunter back on to talk about his show.
Be right back.
How you living? Are you living just to get by? Are you looking for some blue sky? How you living? How you living? Are you living just to get by? Are you looking for some blue sky?
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com. or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And, my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay?
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Good evening. Another protest ends in violence tonight. Kevin Duncan, nephew of councilman and political activist Malachi O'Shea Edwards, was shot and killed by police after resisting officers. We have video of Councilman Edwards apparently threatening Commissioner Claude Nelson. We are getting breaking news. It appears that rookie officer Clark Castle has been shot and killed inside his own home. We don't want to speculate, but we can be sure that eyes are beginning to turn towards Councilman Edwards.
Together, we can make change. Together, we can make this state better. Together, we can make this whole country better.
More violence, make a statement.
The talk is done. I'm just saying, they take one of ours, we take one of theirs. Who has got a bit? Still on my head. Still on my head. Finish this shit, right? No. I know who he is. Todd. Not that boy. Fuck Todd. Let's go, Frank. Oh, Todd can eat a dick. Frank, no. Get in the car. Let's go.
Now we have another name. And to y'all, it's just another nigga dead. Right now, you have a riot going on. The whole city is in pain. Because once again, the cops failed to protect us like they said they would. My community can't keep protecting itself from the same people who are supposed to be protecting us. They kill us with no regard. This is what you get. You get riots and burning buildings. You get people in pain, full of anger.
And welcome back to How You Living on Edge Radio Network. So today we have extraordinaire writer, producer, creator, director Eric Hunter.
Yay! Welcome to the show.
Thank you for we just saw a preview of O'Shea. So what is O'Shea about, and where'd you get the name from?
Definitely. So start off with the name. The name I really got from Ice Cube. I know it's kind of blatant, but I thought I was thinking of a name of somebody who, I grew up, looking at and so forth, and I thought of him. He was a strong person within, my childhood. Just the music he made, what he stood for, and just telling the truth, reality raps, all of that. So I took that name and I ran with it, right?
Right.
And then I came up with this show. This show was birthed out of tragedy. And I put everything into the show from that tragedy. So with this, I was wanting to be councilman. So I made this character a councilman.
You wanted to be a councilman?
Yeah.
That's good to know. Okay.
I was in Aurora, Colorado, and my goal was to be a councilman. And when I didn't go that route, I said, well, let me put everything that I wanted, all my ideas, thoughts, so forth, everything else into this character and let it flow throughout that character. And then you can affect change on the world that way.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely. We always, so a little background of you, for you, you're from Houston originally?
I was born in Houston.
Okay.
I lived in Houston until I was 6 or 7, until 7.
Okay.
Reason why I moved, me and my cousin were playing cops and robbers in the backyard, and he had a pellet BB gun, and he shot me in the head. And when he shot me in the head, the bullet went in, and then it went over, and it lodged here. So they raced me to the hospital, did all this stuff, and they said, well, if we pull the bullet out, then it'll kill him.
Whoa.
So they couldn't pull the bullet out. They had to leave it there. So you see here,
How old were you?
I was 7.
Hey.
I was 7.
Oh,
so
man.
when that happened, that brought my family together. They prayed for me, everything like that. I made it through. The bullet's still there, mended with my skull. But from there, I moved to Aurora, Colorado, and that's where I grew up and spent most of my formative years figuring out who I am.
You went to school there as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, how's your cousin? How did he handle that?
He's good. He went to the Army.
Did he feel? Oh wow! He's like, I'm good at shooting.
Look, I can aim.
I have trigger happy finger anyway.
Well,
so,
I love him.
So
but
how
you
was
guys
it?
are good.
Yeah,
You guys
we're
are good.
And how was it growing there? Growing up there?
In Aurora, I mean, it was great. Colorado, you get all four seasons.
Okay.
It's a nice place. There are black people there.
I was going to ask, how's the diversity there?
Right.
Is there some diversity?
There's a lot of diversity in Aurora, Colorado.
That's good
in Colorado,
to know.
period.
That's good to know.
I mean, you get a lot of different people there. People are pretty nice generally. You have your ghettos, you have your rich areas, you have all that. But it's just a good mixture.
Okay.
So how was that shift from being in this good area and mixture of everything bring you to a drama of O'Shea? What was that transition about?
So the whole thing came from, like I had mentioned earlier, tragedy, right?
Right.
So in 2012, I went to a movie. I went to see The Dark Knight, and I was involved in a massacre. A man by the name of James Holmes came in and he shot up the movie theater that I was at. So we're in one movie theater. This movie theater here is one that he shot up.
And the famous Aurora Massacre, that's what they call it,
the
basically,
Aurora Massacre.
right? And
Bullets came through the wall, so forth and so on. With me sitting in that theater, we just thought it was firecrackers, just them trying to make it special.
Right.
Smoke started coming into our movie theater. From
Whoa.
there. Yeah.
So how did you personally handle this with them?
Well, from there, what I did was, once I realized something was off, I told the two people I was with, I'm gonna go and see what's going on.
Okay.
When I got up, I started walking down the stairs. I seen blood on the floor. I seen people kind of leaning out their seats or getting hit. So I yelled up to my friends. I said, "There's somebody shooting here. We got to get out of here." So me, I guess not thinking, but thinking, I said, "Let me go down and try to find a way out." I went down. I went across the screen, went to the emergency exit, opened the door. There was 2 young white girls there. There was one shot in the mouth, one shot in the shoulder.
Man.
And I froze a second. And then the door started closing. I opened the door again. She said, please help us, bring us in. Somebody's shooting in our theater. So I brought them in, and as I brought them in, the shooter was coming around.
Whoa.
SWAT outfit, guns, so forth and so on. And I shut the door on him, hold it for like 3 seconds. But I'm thinking, I don't want to get shot.
Right, because he would have shot through the door.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Right.
So I said, let me let it go. Let me go back in. I go in to check on the young girls. There's an off-duty paramedic there. He's saying, hey, would you like me to help them? I'm off-duty paramedic. Right. I said, yes, please.
Course, yeah.
I back up. I call my wife at the time. She didn't answer. She called right back. We said our sorries and last goodbyes because I didn't know what was going on.
Right. You might not, You know,
I might not make it out.
Absolutely.
So from there, I get off the phone with her. I go over by the wall to see, is this really real? Yeah, it's real. There's bullets in the wall. So from there, I tell the people, hey, we need to find a fire alarm. We need to let the firefighters know we're here. Somebody know we're here.
Right.
So we're looking for the fire alarm. We find the fire alarm behind the two girls I brought in. And I said, let's call the cops. We call the cops. Then from there, you know, these off-duty cops come in. I didn't know they were off-duty cops. They're just saying, I need everybody to get out.
Right.
Me just being the person I am, I said, I don't think anybody should leave from here until we see a badge, gun, SWAT, something. I don't want to die today. I don't think that they do either. So, you know, they scoffed at me and went back out. Came back in, guns, put your hands up and move out. So moved out. Moving out, the things I saw, the blood, the bodies, the screams, the alarms, all of that never went away. But the thing that I learned that night was a couple things. I learned I didn't want to die. I loved helping people, and that I want to make a change in this world, a difference. A couple other things I learned was, you know, at the time, being a black man in America, I was like, okay, well, cops are this way, cops are that way. After cops, basically, that's how you know we kind of grow up. That night, my perception on cops changed because the paramedics, the real paramedics, like in full force and ambulances, they couldn't get through the parking lot. It was too crowded, too many people, too many cars. So the cops used their cop cars, went in, grabbed people one by one, put them in the back of the cop car, and took them. And that showed me not all cops are bad. It's not all cops. So from that tragedy, me wanting to be a councilman before that, I said, no councilman, this kind of messed me up. And I said, let me put all these ideas and everything into O'Shea. And that's how I connected those two. It was birthed out of tragedy.
So even after that tragic situation, are you still having those nightmares? And you know, how did you work yourself through that tragedy?
A couple things. You know, for that, it took me probably 5 or 6 years to really work through the PTSD of it. I didn't really go and see anybody because, you know, again, in our community, it's like you don't go see somebody, you go to church.
You go to church. We talked about that last week. That's right. You go see the pastor.
That's it. And if you don't see the pastor, talk to God.
Exactly.
You know what
That's right.
You know, so that was my thing. You know, I was abiding by those rules that were set up in our community. So I just went through, and at the time I worked for a hospital. I was in ER radiology wing, and I couldn't work in the hospital industry anymore because every time an alarm went off, it took me back there. I would start freaking out. The alarms, it would trigger me, and I had to go and sit in my administrative manager. I had to sit in her office and wait for it to go by. And we had people coming in, you know, with their mouth slit open, knives, and all that. I couldn't do it. So imagine having this good paying job and then losing it because of the tragedy. Right.
You really probably could have got disability if you were that kind of person.
Right, but I'm not.
So did you ever get counseling or
no? There are things that I set up in my head. Like a week after, I said I'm going back to the movie theaters. This is something
you have to be your own therapist at this point.
I had to.
Right.
For one, I didn't have much money. For two, I didn't want to be a victim.
That
was my thing. I didn't want to be a victim, and I felt like if I succumbed to all these different potential victim mentality, you know, perceptions that would be put on me, I would lose. So I said, I'm going back to the movies. I'm going to see the movie. I went back and seen the movie, even though it was hard. After that, I said, okay, I need to figure this out. I need to figure out what works for me. It took a lot of me. I lost a lot of confidence in myself. I lost a lot of belief in myself. My relationship, my marriage at the time was very rocky. A lot of these different things, and I had to really get a notepad and write a lot of things out by myself. Affirmations: you are this, you are that, you're not this. And it took 5 years. So it took 5 years.
How did you get into this industry? That's a heck of a way to.
Well, you know, but that's an introduction that we can talk about that on our break. So because that's a lot to unplug, and that's a lot of information, right?
Multifaceted man.
So join us, and when we come back and talk to Mr. Eric Hunter, and he'll tell us how he did that shift from all that tragedy into becoming a creative force
Yeah.
that has that's going to really shift and change the world.
Sure.
You don't have to be a councilman. You can find your
That's
niche
right.
to change the world.
And,
so
and entertain at the
and
same
entertain.
time.
What I'm gonna do with her?
I'm sorry.
So join us. It will take a little short break and come back and join us so we can find out more about O'Shea.
Be right back.
Are you living just to get by? Are you looking for some blue sky? How you living? How you living? Are you living just to get by? Are you looking for some blue sky?
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Edge Radio TV is holding auditions for new show hosts. Are you a subject matter expert, professional, influencer, book author, thought leader, or business owner with an educational or motivational platform? Then we want to meet you. Send a link of some of your work to edgeradio20@gmail.com and be sure to put audition in the subject line. Join the Edge Radio TV family. Edge TV, because truth still matters.
And welcome back to How You Living with director, creator, writer, producer extraordinaire Eric Hunter. And so we also allow people to ask us questions through Facebook.
Nice.
And so because we are on Facebook Live, so guys, send us questions so that we can ask Mr. Hunter.
This is your chance.
This is your chance.
You want an audition? This is your chance to reach out to him directly.
But we won't ask unless you send the question.
All the good actors only, please. No fakes. Okay, one question we have from I'm sorry. He wants to know if you've done any acting prior to this. Okay. Have you done acting yourself?
Yeah, I actually started off in the industry by being an actor. Back when I had more hair. And it's true. I started off as an actor.
Go pro.
You know what? I don't know that much. But Antron would get on me, my business partner. He'd have a lot of jokes. Okay. But no, I started off as an actor. And, you know, I just got the bug. I was naturally good with being able to improvise. Okay. So I would go to these art schools and I would just be talent. Nice. I would be talent and I would just go in there so they could just set up the cameras, do what they need to do. Then I went on from there and I did different commercials. Like I did a veterans commercial for the veterans coming home on PTSD. Nice. And so forth and so on. So I got into that world and then I transitioned into the fact that I'm creative. I love to write. I want to direct. I want to produce. I want to make something. Wow. And that's how I transitioned into
Very cool. We got one more question before because it's related to Aurora.
Yeah. So Andrew from Facebook asked, are you doing anything about your movie experience with Aurora? Are you creating anything behind that?
I am. I'm writing a book at the moment. I'm starting the process of writing a book based on my events. So it's not really on the actual shooting, but it's on my life that day, that week leading up to the shooting, then covering the shooting, putting you in the shoes of a survivor, or somebody who went through that. And then I'm making a movie. The script is already done. So right now we're approaching investors for that.
Nice.
So with that, the goal is every time there's a shooting, we grieve and we mourn, and then we say, next, and we move on. No, something has to happen.
That's right.
Like when that happened,
because they always say, I don't want to be a hashtag. I don't want my loved one to be a hashtag.
Right.
Do something about it.
The things that I saw, like I saw a little girl that I know after research, writing the movie, she was alive in the theater. And then on the way out, them trying to save her, she died. She was shot. She was shot and died. Her mom was shot and she lost a baby, shot in the stomach, lost her baby. Her dad was shot and was paralyzed. That's just one story. Right. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So with me, I had survivor's grief, and I thought I should die. I thought I shouldn't be here because they got to live, because they died and I got to live. So I felt horrible for that for a long time. And it took a while to get over that. So back home,
because you have that survivor's remorse or whatever it's called.
But then you got to think about the duality of the fact that in my community back home in Aurora, they think I'm a hero. A-co-hero is what they call me.
Is that why that? I was trying to understand how.
So what is it? What is it? A-co-hero?
Oh, Aurora, Colorado. That's what A-co stands for.
And so they did that for a lot of the survivors, or
they did that for a lot of different people who they felt did something.
Okay.
And then they hold the survivors and they wrap their arms around them. We're a community. And then the different people like me that felt like, well, he's a hero. But me, I just felt like I was doing something that I would want to be done for my kids.
Right.
So I've watched this young lady from afar. I'm the one who was shot, had to have reconstructive surgery. Yeah. And I've seen her, progress. She got better. She got married, all this stuff. So I'm just happy that happened. Yeah. But I'm no hero. I'm just a person who did what was supposed to be done.
And see, that's spoken like a true hero.
So how did the shift from that go into you creating?
Definitely. So I was always a creator. That was always in my mind. So I went from there to, okay, I want to make a change in this world. So I had all these different dreams and goals. It wasn't just film. So first I had this idea of a innovation, making a product that can basically change the retail industry. So I came up with this technology where you can use this technology within stores and eliminate employees and cashiers, and you can buy it just from these smart units and keep the food hot, cold, and room temperature, eliminating shrinkage and so forth and so on. So that was first. Then after that, I said, I want to do movies. So I said, okay, let me do movies. And I started writing. I sucked. And then from there, I got better and better. So I became a one-man band. I said, let me learn how to write, produce, direct, edit, score, everything. And that's what I did. Came here, I met up with a lot of different great people. And then it led me to my business partner, which is Antron Harris.
Well, let me ask you something, just to interrupt real quick. So with you learning how to write, produce, was this something that you taught yourself, or did you go through some kind of program?
No.
Or no film school?
No film school. Go ahead.
Can you give us a synopsis about this O'Shea? Give us what's it about, basically?
Definitely. I'll give you the whole rundown. So O'Shea is basically about a man who saw his father killed and shot in front of him by a corrupt cop at the age of 13. Okay. From there, he grew up and he went through a lot of different things, ups and downs. And then he said, I wanted to make a change in this world. And so he became the councilman within his community. From there, he said, I want to bring justice to what happened to my father. Nobody else knows the secret he has. The fact that council or that corrupt cop killed his father. That corrupt cop became the governor of Texas. So
see, I didn't have that. I didn't realize that. I thought the councilman was crooked. No, he was trying to save he was trying to avenge his father.
Exactly.
Okay, so then
so what's his name? His name is O'Shea.
O'Shea.
He's the protagonist.
Malachi O'Shea.
Malachi O'Shea.
Yes, he's the good guy. Max Hildart is the bad guy, and Max Hildart is a leader and founder of a group called the Red State Militia. Oh. And that's basically like this white national.
Real.
Yeah. So they're basically trying to employ, put their whole ideology upon the world. They feel they should save the world and the community by using their ideology, and they want to put these different chips in the back of people's necks.
Oh my goodness!
Elon Musk.
That's right up my alley.
Yeah. So it's that kind of thing. It's real exciting. It's real
So
exciting.
it's a drama.
It's a drama. It's a political drama.
Okay, no sci-fi
in there. No, well, I'll put it to you like this: when O'Shea dreams, sci-fi comes out.
Wow!
So he has these different dreams and visions.
You can't be an O'Shea and not have some kind of
no.
Right.
You strike me as the type who might have a little sci-fi in you.
Yeah.
I'm a little versatile.
Would you do comedy at some point? I know it's hard to do comedy.
No, I love comedy.
Really?
I got this other show called Broke Ghost Hunters. and it's basically
the broke ghost hunters.
The broke ghost hunters.
Okay,
yeah,
all
they
right.
use.
I can already see what they look like.
They broke,
Okay.
and then they use their phones and they use
Oh my
vacuum
God.
cleaners to get the ghosts. They have
Is
their
that
phones.
out? Is it somewhere where we can see
There's
it?
a first episode out.
we
Actually,
gotta
the
check
star,
that one out.
one of the stars of the show, he actually passed on. He was in a car
Oh,
accident.
really?
So the whole thing is that, and that guy was actually the first O'Shea as
I'm
well.
very sorry to hear
So
that.
so you have a production company,
Yes.
and so how many projects do you have in the works other than the O'Shea and the broke ghost hunters?
No, you're good. You're good. Okay, so with that company, it's called H&H Studios, Hunter and Harris. Me and my partner Antron Harris, we're the owners of that company. We right now have O'Shea, which you know about. We have Broke Ghost Hunters, which is the comedy. But from O'Shea, I created a universe. So I did what Marvel does, right?
Right.
I created a universe, and there's 6 shows that are spinning off from that, which we already dropped the teasers for all of them at the premiere.
Goodness.
So you have
Nice.
teasers for all 6 shows plus O'Shea. Yes.
Okay.
Now these spin-offs, you have one that's following the Gorillas, which is all by any means necessary.
Okay.
You have Flashpoint Hospital, which is taking a look at the racism within the medical industry.
Oh, I just read a story about that this morning.
Real.
It's very real.
It's real.
And it's beyond America.
And so how many spinoffs do you have from O'Shea?
We have 6 spinoffs.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Now on top of that, we have 712, which is the one about the shooting. Then we have What Do You Do, which is a Speed type of like Speed. The movie is like a show based off of something like that.
How would you handle something like that?
Exactly.
Wow.
So it's just we're looking to really grow. I'll put it to you like this: instead of trying to go to Hollywood, we want to make Hollywood come to us.
Nice.
You know, we're like Tyler Perry said. You know, stop trying to get a chair at the table. Make your own table, and that's what we've done. We made our own table.
So help me to understand, because I'm not in that industry at all.
Definitely.
So you create the show,
Mm-hmm.
then you go film, and then you try to shop it to networks to put it on their platform. Is that how it works?
So if you're in film, you're gonna get a lot of jewels today.
Right.
A lot of stuff that people don't know if you're just trying to make films.
Absolutely.
A lot of times people they make a film and they say, "Oh, I hope we get picked up."
Right.
But there's a science to it, and I didn't know this until we went through everything with O'Shea. You basically what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to come up with whatever you want, right? Whatever you want to make the show about.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, you need to make something called a lookbook. With that lookbook, that's going to show everything within that show, what it's going to be like, the tone, so forth and so on. You want to make your lookbook. After you make the lookbook, you want to make if it's a show, you want to make a TV Bible. And TV Bible, you cover summary for all 5 seasons, or for all 5 seasons. Then you want to talk about every character, who all you want, how it's going to go from top to bottom, what to refer back to, what the colors mean, and everything.
So that they have the entire vision.
The entire vision.
And even how the
exactly.
even how the character is going to develop, you put it in that Bible.
Because I always wondered, for instance, like Tyler, you might get he has maybe 15 episodes. I'm like, did they know on the 3rd episode what was going to transpire on 15?
But you know what's funny about that? Knowing that you guys have that Bible. Because sometimes you go, why did they go left? But they had planned to go left from the beginning.
From before you shot one episode.
So you're picked up by Apple TV.
So right now we're going to be on Apple, we're going to be on Amazon, and we're going to be on Segi TV.
Really? You mean Amazon Prime?
Yes, but this is the thing.
But
this is what we're looking to do, because we're in talks right now with a couple different investors.
Okay.
We're trying to get on HBO and get that locked in. That's the goal.
Wow. Yes, that's it. Because that's how, as we know, Issa Rae, she started out on YouTube, and now she's all kinds of rich.
Look, I'll tell you like this. When me and Antron started this off, it was just me and him. We had no money, and we had a phone. And a lot of what you've seen in that preview, we did everything on the phone.
I
did Apple phone,
the scoring, the filming, the editing on the phone.
So did you film everything in Houston?
We filmed 90% of it in Houston.
Okay.
50% of it was filmed on the phone. The other 50% was Chris Osby, which is an amazing DP. We shot some in Huntsville. We shot some in Port Lavaca.
Okay.
And the city of Port Lavaca really helped. The city of Huntsville really helped. And then here we just guerrilla filmed it. Now we have Tyrone Dixon on board, who created Roll Bounce. He worked on Hustle and Flow. He's our coach.
Oh, wow.
We go out there and we knock it out. Yeah.
Well, we're about to go down another rabbit hole, so let's take a little break, bring down the temperature a little bit. Exactly. And so when we come back, we're going to get more of Mr. Hunter's information and find out even more how to watch his awesome shows and see if someone is interested, one, at being an investor. Maybe you want to get in contact. Hello.
And 2, again, auditions.
Hello. So we're going to take a little short break, and when we come back, we're going to get all that information for you. Join us.
Are you living just to get by? Are you looking for
Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay?
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
And welcome back to How You Living. So we just have so many questions for Mr. Hunter that we're going to have a little speed round. So Robin's going to ask questions, and we're going to see how quick we can go with some quick questions.
Okay, I'll make them
go.
How did you find your actors?
I went through Antron Harris, my producer. He had a lot of people already in the theater industry, so they came on through.
Is he the star?
He's the star.
He's the star. He is O'Shea. Okay.
He's the force.
How are you doing auditions? Are you still doing auditions for upcoming projects?
We are going to be doing auditions in the next couple of months going forward. We always need new people, so definitely reach out to us. Eric Hunt Dog on Instagram and O'Shea Word to Bullets on Facebook.
Okay, last question from the speed round. Did COVID have any impact on how you guys produced your?
I could do a whole episode on that. Yes.
Okay.
There's all kind of precautions.
Because how you act with the mask on?
We had to do mask on, mask off, mask on, mask off. It was in there. There was a lot of places we couldn't fit. It was just a lot.
Okay, and that was a question from an audience member.
Got you.
Good question.
Okay, so woo, that was a quick little speed round.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
She accommodated me. I appreciate that.
Mr. Hunter, Mr. Eric Hunter.
Yes.
What was your contact? Wait, one more time for people to get in contact with you.
Definitely. So on Instagram, it's Eric Hunt Dog. That's my Instagram link or my Instagram tag. And then on Facebook, it's Eric Hunter. Just look me up that way. Email is edhwow7@gmail.com.
So all our guests, we asked them to drop a little nugget of knowledge.
Okay.
So now you can drop a little nugget
I can't believe it's
of
so
knowledge
late already.
What you got for us?
I got you. For me, I would say no matter what your dream is, go for it. If you fall, you fail. Fall forward, fail fast, because you're gonna fail at some point. It's okay. It's okay to fail, but it's okay to fail and keep going. You cry to keep going. You never quit. It doesn't matter what you lose. You never give up. You never stop. I lost so much. I lost my marriage that I had. My kids had to move out of state, but we kept going. We had tragedy, Harvey. We had COVID. We had so much going. We kept going. I don't quit in life. I got shot in the head. I almost died in the movie theater. I flipped over on the side of a mountain 4 times. Everything that you could think of that could happen to a person happened to me, and I'm still here. And right now we have O'Shea. We have 712 that's going to be coming out. We're doing a book. We have Dolo Go, which is a very innovative technology that we're bringing to the front. I have a streaming company called ZME, which is basically going to mend Netflix and Zoom together and make it a full thing. We have a lot going on, but it's all because I didn't quit. And I built a great team. On O'Shea, we have over 100 people on that team already.
Nice.
So 102.
102. They're here now.
That's right. And I told you we're gonna do what we can to promote you. Absolutely.
So it's like I'm still here.
Now, is it too late? We have one more question.
No, it's our time. It's time to go. It's a done question. So that tells you that we're gonna have to have you
bring
back.
I'm
you know,
I love
so
it.
we're gonna put you in. So we're gonna have him back, and he's gonna tell us more about his shows. And maybe you could bring your partner at that time also.
Is there a schedule right now, or is it just on demand?
It's going to be on demand. We're gonna make a big thing about releasing it, and you guys will get all the information very soon.
Oh, nice. So then you'll be back and come in.
Yeah,
sounds like a great time.
Yeah,
y'all have me.
We got to. We will definitely be bringing Intron back.
Yes.
If he's interested, we'd love to
he'll
bring
love
him
exactly.
on.
Okay.
Okay.
Just call.
Woo! You're talking about a power hour.
Flies when you're having a superstar.
I know, right?
Shoot.
Superstar.
Well, thank you. Thank you for keeping me, reining me in.
I know, that's
that
yin and yang, that yin and yang.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys for joining us with How You Livin' Radio on Monday.
Yep, and we will see you guys next Monday if the good Lord's willing. So, in the meantime, we got to always ask our people,
How you living?
Good job.